Welcome back, everybody. In this video today, we are going to work together to answer the question, how do we subtract mixed numbers? In the video previous to this, we talked about adding mixed numbers, and this process is relatively similar. Okay, it's almost the same, except there's one thing that we want to pay attention to, and it really involves the same rules of subtraction that you have been used to your whole life. So let's begin. So to begin, what you can see right here, folks, is I have 4 and 5/7, subtract 3 and 2/7. Just like with the adding mixed numbers, you're going to follow the same process and subtract the whole numbers. 4 minus 3 is 1, okay? And now, since our denominators are the same, I know my denominator will be 7, okay? Make sure that you can see that as a 7 here, okay? And since my denominator is a 7, I know that now I can subtract 5, okay, minus 2, and I know that that is 3. So my answer is 1 3/7. But there's a catch. And what the catch is, everybody, is that if you look, 6 minus 3, okay, we know that we can simply subtract those and get an answer of 3. Now, our denominators, those right here, folks, are still the same, so I know my denominator will be 5. But look very carefully. Normally when we would subtract the numerators, I have a 2 up here and a 4 down here. Now your regular subtraction rules, all of your background in those subtraction rules will make you remember that you cannot do 2 minus 4, okay? So we need to implement a strategy to solve this problem correctly, and this is how you do it. In order to solve this problem correctly, I need to convert these mixed numbers into fractions greater than 1. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that for both of these right now. I know that 6 times 5 is 30, and I'm going to add 2. That means that I will get 32/5, okay? We're keeping my denominator the same. Then I'm going to go down to the bottom mixed number and say 3 4/5. So I know 3 times 5 is 15. I'm going to add 4. That's going to give me 19. Boop. And the denominator again will stay as fifths. So now I've gone ahead. I've shown all my math thinking. I took 32 minus 19. If you follow the arrow, you'll see that this is my difference. This is my answer. And I took 13 and I placed that over here in the numerator. So my answer of 6 2/5 minus 3 4/5, so far what I have is 13/5. But you know, especially after talking today as a class, that we can't leave this as 13/5. In order to get a final answer, I need to convert this fraction greater than 1 into a mixed number. And I know that this 13/5 is 2, okay? And then my denominator will remain 5, 2 3/5. So my final answer is 2 3/5. So for practice problem 1, I'd like you to use the same strategies that you learned in the model problem, apply those to this one, solve it on your own, and hit the pause button, okay, while you're solving, and at the end you can resume play and see my solution. Okay, welcome back, everybody. As you can see, I converted 3 1/3 into a fraction greater than 1, and you'll see it is 10/3. I went ahead and took 2 2/3, okay, converted that into a fraction greater than 1, or an improper fraction, which many of you might hear at school or at home, into 8/3. And then all I was left with was a simple subtraction problem where the denominators were 3. They were both the same, or they had a common denominator, if you remember us speaking about that earlier. And my final answer is 2/3. So for practice problems 2 and 3, I would like you to solve the 2 problems on either side of me, one over here and one over here, okay? And keep in mind the strategies that we learned in this lesson. So if you find the need to convert these mixed numbers into fractions greater than 1, you'll know how to do so. So good luck, enjoy, and again in this lesson, just to review, we answer the question together, how can we subtract mixed numbers?